أهلا بكل الذين ينضموا للاستماع إلى راديو بلدي أول راديو عربي أمريكي ويعنى بقضايا العرب في المهجر. برامجنا في راديو بلدي كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا مع ليلى الحسيني في بث حي ومباشر عبر WNZK راديو 690 AM. صباح الخير بلدي، صباح الخير لكل مستمعينا.
Welcome to Radio Baladi, the first Arab, Middle Eastern and American simulcast radio show. Radio Baladi is broadcast every Friday morning on WNZK 690 AM from 8 until 9 Eastern Time on Good Morning Michigan with Layla Al-Husseini. Our call-in number 248-557-3300. And now, stay tuned for the best radio talk show on Arab and American issues with your host, Layla Al-Husseini.
Today's show is brought to you by Kanor Halal and IB Cap.
Ramadan Mubarak! Kanor Halal is donating to Islamic Relief USA to help feed over 1,000 people this Ramadan. Through June 14th, visit www.kanorramadan.com to click on the good deeds you've done, and together let's give hope to those in need. You can also share e-cards and delicious iftar recipes. Share the kahar and visit kanorramadan.com to support Kanor Halal's donation today.
كنت أبحث عن اشتراك في خدمة تلفزيونية جديدة، لكن صاحب المتجر أخبرني عن IPTV بوكس والتي تحتوي على القنوات العربية.
ادفع لمرة واحدة فقط واستمتع بالقنوات المميزة مدى الحياة مجانا.
أوه يا له من عرض! لقد ظننت أنني تسرعت في الشراء، وفي غضون أسبوعين بدأت قنواتي المفضلة في الاختفاء. حاولت الاتصال بالشركة، عندها اكتشفت أنه ليس لدي تصريح لمشاهدة القنوات المميزة. يا لها من مضيعة للمال والوقت.
تفضل بزيارة checkyourbox.com اليوم للتأكد من أن جهاز ال IPTV Box الخاص بك مصرح به وأن قنواتك المفضلة متاحة وآمنة ولا تنخدع بالسعر فقط.
Good morning and welcome to USR Radio, the best ethnic radio in North America. Thank you for joining us this morning. This is Khalil Hachem, editor of wnzk.com, the fastest growing digital business magazine in the Middle Eastern communities in Michigan. This is the Local Connections brought to you in cooperation between Michigan.com and US Arab Radio. Thank you again for joining us. We welcome your calls and comments. The number here is 248-557-3300. Give us a call. If you have any questions in Arabic and English, if you have any comments about various issues, please give us a call. We welcome your feedback as well. The weather today is beautiful. Temperature right now is around 61 degrees and could reach up to the 80s today. It's a beautiful day. It's nice and cool. If you don't have to be outside, stay inside and stay in the cool breeze on the inside. We have a great show for you today. In addition to being May the 25th, today is also Ramadan the 10th. We've been fasting for 10 days. We got 20 more days left to go. And before you know it, Ramadan will be over. For some of you who don't know what Ramadan is, this is the month of fast for observing Muslims. We fast from early in the morning, from dawn to dusk or to dark. Fasting includes no food, no drinks, no water, no smoking. The most important thing about fasting is that we should behave I know we all behave well, but we have to behave even super extra well or extra better. Not talking about anybody, yelling, no screaming, being nice. To me, the toughest part is when I'm driving and people cut me off. I can't tell them what I want to tell them. It's Ramadan. You got to be nice to everybody. And I hope that, these habits, and we hope that these habits will carry on to throughout the year. That's the whole idea of Ramadan. It's that training period. It's a period of training for individuals to train, to practice, to learn discipline, to feed the needy, to take care of the needy, to be generous, to be nice in general. This is what Islam is all about, originally. If you have any questions, give us a call. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of news going on. In Washington continues to sizzle with information. Canceling the summit with the Koreans. the North Koreans, it was really a bad news out of Washington, and I think the president rushed into this whole thing and did not really handle it well. Personally, I don't think that it sounds more like a high school thing. Oh, before they do it, we're going to do it. I mean, where's diplomacy? There was a time when diplomacy really played a big role in bringing people who don't like each other together, bringing warring parties together. This is what diplomacy is all about. Diplomacy is not about when, everything is going well and how our relation is going with our friends. It's how our relation is going with our enemies. And diplomacy allows us to continue the good relations with our friends. It seems to be these days diplomacy is not what it used to be in the old days of diplomacy. Now we have more or less one person making decisions in the White House instead of a group of people. President Trump surprised his Secretary of State Pompeo by canceling the talks. While both are preparing for the talks, Vice President Penn goes on the attack. He attacks the North Korean leader and threatened him to do to him the same thing that what America did to Gaddafi, which is killing him. You don't do that. I mean, I thought this is the guy who Jesus was talking to him. Maybe he's telling him the wrong thing, because you really don't do that. You don't try to using this rhetoric right before it's time to sit down and talk and resolve the issue with North Korea. Also, trying to draw conclusions on the talks before they happen and saying that, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and otherwise it's not going to work out. That's not smart either. You're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot. So the days of diplomacy are dead, they're gone. To me, it sounds like the Middle East. It sounds like third world countries where one guy, makes the decisions. What's the difference right now between North Korea and Washington? Not much difference. One guy is making decisions there and one guy is making decisions here. And just like high school, it's a popularity contest. Oh, before I want him to like me. I want him to like me. Oh, okay. I'm going to leave first, because what if he doesn't like me? This isn't how you run affairs. I hope that both leaders will find it in their hearts to, get away from all this nonsense and sit down and talk. Talking is what resolves issues. Talking to each other, not talking at each other or about each other in different countries. You got to sit down and talk. So, so far North Korea has done really, they have, although it hasn't been verified, they have dismantled one of their nuclear sites and released 3 Americans that have been captives there for some time. Also, they've talked to the South Koreans. So there has been some giving there. Let's take advantage of that. And, we've heard about this North Korean dictator there making some mad decisions. Well, let's make sure he does not. Let's talk to him and see what happens. Also in the news, Washington, all the scandals are going on, and all the Russian gates and the possible Russian collusions and the investigations, and it's just distracting from governing. We have a lot of issues we need to really address. We have issues like our infrastructure is failing, healthcare needs to be resolved. There are a lot of issues going on in Washington. And we need really good leadership, the kind of leadership that would solve these issues. On a happy note, let me just share with you a little bit of information about the real estate market. The market continues to sizzle. Prices are going up. Demand is stronger than ever. May, June, and July, or May and June are the hottest 2 months to really sell property. If you have a property to sell, give me a call, 313-819-0101. This is the best time to really sell the property, if you have a property to sell. So, despite what's going on in Washington, the economy continues to do well for now. So, and banks are loaning more and more money. They're relaxing restrictions on loaning. The more loans we have, the more people are buying, the more demand. The only thing we don't have is enough inventory. So, which means you can ask the most money for your home. And I got a warning here is that, yes, the prices are going up, but if the market value of your home is $100,000, you can't ask $150,000. You may be at you may get a little bit more if the home is in a great condition and good location. And, people really want that kind of home. They may pay a few thousand more, but it doesn't mean you're going to get $50,000 more. Like some homes, I see them, they're way overpriced. The problem with that is that if it is overpriced, then you get somebody to accept the offer, then you go for appraisal. Appraisal this is what banks do. They send out an expert and say, go find out if this home is really worth $150,000. And the guy says, no, it's worth $110,000. Guess what? You have to go back to $110,000. So don't overinflate the value of your home. Look up the numbers, what's been sold. And this is what we do. We take a look at what's been sold in the past 90 days and trying to find out what the price per square foot is, and then compare conditions, and then, do all of that, and then arrive at a reasonable number that we think it's going to work. So, price and homes, Zillow and Trillia and all of these, services don't give you the right information. These are computers that generate data, left and right, and in general, nationwide. So they're not going to really give you the right information. Most likely, they will devalue your home, or they would really overprice it in a way that is unreasonable, and you don't want to do that. So, give us a call. We'll be more than happy. Talk to an expert. And 313-819-0101. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with Chief Haddad talking about safety. Please stay tuned.
رمضان كريم وعيد مبارك. تساهم حملة كنور حلال بالتعاون مع الهيئة الإسلامية للإغاثة إسلامك ريليف في إطعام أكثر من 1000 شخص في هذا الشهر الفضيل من خلال زيارتكم لموقع www.knurramadan.com والنقر على الأعمال الصالحة التي قمتم بها. سنمنح معا الأمل للمحتاجين، كما يمكنكم مشاركة من تحبون ببطاقات معايدة إلكترونية ووصفات رمضان الشهية. شاركوا الخير الآن من خلال زيارة knurramadan.com لدعم حملة تبرعات كنور حلال.
In 2017, Life provided iftar and suhoor meals for over 53,000 people at Al-Aqsa Mosque during the last 10 days of Ramadan. Our goal for this year is to feed more people throughout the whole month of Ramadan. With your generous support, you can help make this mission a reality. Life for Relief and Development would like to wish you and your family a blessed Ramadan.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad Brothers Importing offers the finest quality products, including brands like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Dana, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products because you deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Ziyad, quality products from our family to yours.
يجتمعون ليحتفلوا معكم برمضان هذا العام في باقة من أقوى وأضخم إنتاجات الدراما الهندية. اربطوا أحزمة مقاعدكم وانضموا إلينا في رحلة شيقة وألوان متنوعة من الدراما على زي ألوان. لون رمضانك.
كل عام وانتم بخير، واتمنى للعالم العربي السلام والوئام. بحييكم من اسواق زمزم، ويوجد عندنا تخفيضات كتيره على الاسواق وعلى الجروسري وعلى الخضار وعلى اللحوم. عندنا لحوم حلال والمطعم كله لحوم حلال كمان. وأتمنى لكم السلامة والدوام، وزورونا دايما هتلاقوا تخفيضات كتيرة وكبيرة وتجدوا كل ما يسركم. وتحياتي لصوت العرب من أمريكا ومدام ليلى الحسيني، وأشكركم كتير جدا. كل عام وأنتم بخير.
كنت أبحث عن اشتراك في خدمة تلفزيونية جديدة، لكن صاحب المتجر أخبرني عن IPTV بوكس والتي تحتوي على القنوات العربية.
ادفع لمرة واحدة فقط واستمتع بالقنوات المميزة مدى الحياة مجانا.
يا له من عرض! لقد ظننت أنني تسرعت في الشراء، وفي غضون أسبوعين بدأت قنواتي المفضلة في الاختفاء. حاولت الاتصال بالشركة، عندها اكتشفت أنه ليس لدي تصريح لمشاهدة القنوات المميزة. يا لها من مضيعة للمال والوقت.
تفضل بزيارة checkyourbox.com اليوم للتأكد من أن جهاز IPTV بوكس الخاص بك مصرح به، وأن قنواتك المفضلة متاحة وآمنة، ولا تنخدع بالسعر فقط.
When you're looking for the best in optical care, Dr. Imad Nakash is your doctor to see. With years of experience and thousands of successful procedures performed, you can trust your eyes to Dr. Imad Nakash. See Dr. Imad Nakash and his professional staff for your eye care needs. There's 2 locations to serve you. In Hazel Park, call 248-336-3937. 248-336-3937. In Rochester Hills, call 248-299-3937. That's 248-299-3937.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us. This is Khalil Hachem again, and the number is 348-557-3300. If you have a question, if you have a comment, give us a call as we wait for Chief Haddad to join us. Chief Haddad is the Dearborn Police Chief, so we're going to be talking about safety and a little bit of update what's going on in the area as well. The chief has always been a good friend of the community. He is one of the, best security people who has helped us stay safe. Is the chief with us this morning? This is not. We'll wait for him. I just wanted to remind you, when it comes to iftar during Ramadan, we normally try to eat a little bit too much. So take it easy and try to invite as many, people as possible. This is something very important during Ramadan, the sharing aspect. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you? And thank you so much for taking the time to be with us.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be with you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And, we've been talking about, as you well know, this is the Ramadan time with the fast, and we just wanted to get a little bit update when it comes to safety. What can we do to stay safe during this month? There are a lot of activities that goes on in the community that normally don't take place at other time.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Obviously, a lot more activities happen at night, so our streets are more crowded, and there's a lot more people driving. So, to drive more carefully and be very conscious of your surroundings would be some very good advice I can give you. Secondly, look out for your neighbors who may not be home, and you don't want them victimized. A third thing we might want to watch, Khalil, is that, during Ramadan, people like to donate to charities. Make sure that it's a legitimate charity and not a scam. People will take advantage of citizens at any chance they get. So let's just make sure that it's a legitimate charity. I'd be very careful giving any type of credit cards over the internet to strange organizations or GoFundMe accounts that you're not really familiar with. And certainly never wire any money to anybody that you don't know.
Sure. And now, have we had any cases, reported any cases of fraud? Or?
A couple of times a week we'll have citizens say, I got this strange call, or somebody sent me something on the internet that says I owe the IRS money, or some phony. So, we get those kind of calls. Nothing, absolutely with the religious aspect, if you will, but nonetheless, people will play any situation. So I would just tell our listeners to be vigilant for that kind of thing and be smart about it.
Absolutely. You mentioned this, and I noticed that there are a lot more people out on the street late at night. Isn't there some kind of, ordinance in regard to young people being out by themselves?
Yep, there is a curfew ordinance that anybody under 16 years old has to be in by 10 or 11, depending on the day, meaning the weekend. We have actually some people in our community have stepped up, and they patrol their very neighborhoods because they know all the young people. We know that prayer tends to go a little later into the evening, so I would just ask parents to make sure that their young people have proper supervision.
That's a really good point. I also, hope that even, a little bit older youth are more responsible. If you don't have to be in the park and you don't have to be in places where it could look suspicious, please don't be there, and let's practice some vigilance. Has there been any cooperation between the mosques and the churches in the area and all that during this month for safety issues or anything like that?
No, not for safety issues. I can tell you that we always check all of our intelligence sources and our regional and national crime trends to make sure that we're not missing anything here in Dearborn. But there's nothing specific.
I recently saw a photo of you talking about confiscating different weapons. What is that about?
We, in the last 6 months, we've taken over 200 weapons off the streets. I think it just underscores how many weapons are out there. I think that as a nation we have to be more responsible gun owners, and we have to make sure that they don't get into the wrong hands. And I think it should be outlawed that people cannot bring those things out on the street.
And we're talking about people carrying, weapons that, don't have permission to carry them. Is that correct?
Right. Sometimes they have permission, sometimes they don't. People that push the open carry, for example, they come from other states, other communities, and I don't view that as a Second Amendment practice. I view it as a staged event, and nothing good can come of that when somebody has to decide what your intents are when you walk into a store, a mall, or down the street with weapons draped over your shoulders.
Exactly. There's no reason to. Now, what do you do with these weapons?
The weapons that we displayed yesterday have been cleared. They cannot be returned to the owner, so they're going to be destroyed.
Oh, okay. It's not something that you resell or anything like that. You just destroy these things.
Absolutely not. I would never sell them.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, since they could yield a lot of money.
No, but I'm not going to put any more weapons out in the streets.
Okay.
I think there's enough weapons being sold out there. Sometimes it might be hard to verify the condition of the weapon, and we're just not going to take on the liability.
Sure.
I just don't think it's a good practice for law enforcement to be selling guns. That's just my opinion.
Absolutely. And we really thank you. I also want to thank you for, as you well know, every year Michigan and we print the Ramadan guide, and I want to thank your department for helping us this year. We put safety tips on driving. What's the best driving, because not long ago you held a safety driving. What is it? It was like a seminar or something.
Yeah, a seminar called SMART, and it's geared at educating our young people how to be safe drivers. And we know that distracted driving accounts for 90% of the accidents with young people. So we encourage them to just focus on driving and not be distracted with the phone, texting, or eating, or listening to loud music or talking while driving. So there's many things that can distract them, and we try to just be a good partner and educate them.
I almost got hit yesterday by someone who was texting, and either they're watching something on their phone and they're driving. That must be the number one distraction these days. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the number one distraction. It takes 5 seconds or 6 seconds to drive 100 yards, which is the length of a football field. So while you're looking down at your screen to see who called you and try to send a response back, you're going to be way down the street, so anything could happen.
It takes a split second, just a split of a second, before disaster occurs. So we ask you kindly, everybody who's listening, and please tell everybody else to practice as much caution as possible. Are there any rules against using your phone while you're driving?
There is. You can't use text. You can't text and drive. There is laws against it.
Is there anything else I haven't asked you that people need to know during this time of the year?
This weekend is also Memorial Day weekend. Yes, the first weekend where fireworks are legal the day before, the day of, and the day after the holiday. And here in Dearborn, anytime after midnight, it's unlawful to use fireworks. And I would just tell all of our listeners that if you have young people, make sure they're properly supervised. Think of your neighbors and just be good neighbors, and we'll have a safe weekend and a safe summer.
It's a nightmare. To me, fireworks are a nightmare. I dread that time of the year. They kind of cause us a little grief too. Yeah, it's just unbelievable, and I don't envy you and your men and women out there, because I know you get a lot of calls from people about that, and I don't think you have enough time to respond to all of them. And I've witnessed the number of calls, how many calls you get. So if you call the police and you don't respond right away, it's not they don't want to come, but just they're so busy with other situations.
Yeah, when it comes during the peak hours, we do get several hundred calls in a very short time.
Exactly.
We try to deploy people in the neighborhoods to try to quell some of it, but you're right. Individually, sometimes it's difficult based on our priority system to answer every single call, but we'll do our very best.
Yeah, we really appreciate everything you do to keep us safe, Chief. You and your men and women out there, and you're doing a really, really great job. I want to thank you, and thank you for taking the time to be with us this morning.
Thank you. Ramadan Kareem. Thank you.
Thank you. Ramadan Kareem to you too. And we're going to take a short break. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Ramadan Mubarak. Kanor Halal is donating to Islamic Relief USA to help feed over 1,000 people this Ramadan. Through June 14th, visit www.kanorramadan.com to click on the good deeds you've done, and together let's give hope to those in need. You can also share e-cards and delicious iftar recipes. Share the kahar and visit kanorramadan.com to support Kanor Halal's donation today.
نهنئ الجالية المسلمة بحلول شهر رمضان الكريم. كل عام وأنتم بخير. الله يوفق الجميع والله يتقبل الجميع إن شاء الله. والله يهدي بلادنا العربية أن تكون في أمان بحفظ الله تعالى. أسواق قاشات ميديتريان ماركت 14 مايل نورث ويسترن. نحن لدينا البضاعة العربية الممتازة والجيدة والنظيفة، ولدينا مطعم عربي فيه جميع أنواع الأكلات والسلطات وكل شيء يحتاجه البيت العربي أو البيت العراقي. ونشكر إذاعة صوت العرب في أمريكا.
Are you going to start a restaurant or grocery store soon? Do you need floor plans and designs? Call Naji Abood at 734-744-9796. Do you want to buy kitchen and restaurant equipment at discount prices? Call Naji Abood now, 734-744-9796. New Concept Products and Design, the trademark of kitchen equipment. 5% discount on all purchases of $75,000 or more. New Concept Products and Design, new location, 31185 Schoolcraft in Livonia. Learn more at www.newconceptproducts.com. Call Naji Abood, 734-744-9796.
بدأناه معكم وعاهدناكم على أن نستمر بمزيد من المتعة والعروض الحصرية على قناتي زي ألوان وزي أفلام. زي ألوان هي أول وأكبر قناة مسلسلات عربية هندية في أمريكا. أضخم الإنتاجات، مسلسلات حصرية، ومع زي أفلام فأنتم على موعد مع مغامرة جديدة كل يوم لاكتشاف سحر بوليوود. تابعوا حصريا قناتي زي ألوان وزي أفلام الآن في أمريكا على ديش نتورك وسلينج تي في.
Life is full of experiences. Some of them are good, some of them are not that good. Some of them leave deep memories in us and help us change towards the better.
night here at the ICD, we have iftars underneath a huge tent where people can come and just enjoy a meal here at the masjid. Afterwards, we have Taraweeh prayers led by a renowned scholar in Qari, Nadi Kishik. Parents, please bring your babies and your toddlers and the children and put them into our different babysitting programs where you can have khushu' during salah. Afterwards, throughout the month of Ramadan, we have different competitions, different lectures where we can compete and increase for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you have any questions, please call us at 313-584-4143 or visit us at www.icdonline.org.
كنت أبحث عن اشتراك في خدمة تلفزيونية جديدة، لكن صاحب المتجر أخبرني عن IPTV Box والتي تحتوي على القنوات العربية.
ادفع لمرة واحدة فقط واستمتع بالقنوات المميزة مدى الحياة مجانا.
يا له من عرض! لقد ظننت أنني تسرعت في الشراء، وفي غضون أسبوعين بدأت قنواتي المفضلة في الاختفاء. حاولت الاتصال بالشركة عندما اكتشفت أنه ليس لدي تصريح لمشاهدة القنوات المميزة. يا لها من مضيعة للمال والوقت.
تفضل بزيارة checkyourbox.com اليوم للتأكد من أن جهاز IPTV Box الخاص بك مصرح به وأن قنواتك المفضلة متاحة وآمنة ولا تنخدع بالسعر فقط.
The Rama Relief Foundation provides humanitarian aid into areas inside of war-torn Syria, as well as aid to the refugees who have fled to the neighboring countries in the Middle East. The foundation offers food baskets, container shipment, mental health, education, soup kitchens, and more. Go to ramarelief.org or call 248-990-4247. Any donation amount made to Rama will go to sustaining many lives. Call now 248-990-4247.
Welcome back and thank you for being with us. This is Khalil Hachem with WDMV.com. I want to thank you for being with us. And the number here is 248-557-3300. Good morning, Bouthaina.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you, Khalil?
Thank you for being good. How are you? And thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. As you well know, we're fasting and wanted to talk a little bit about best food to eat and have you had the chance to see the Ramadan guide that Michigan puts out every year?
No, actually I haven't, and I'll look at it because I'm interested in seeing what they have.
Okay, we put out a really good guide this year. It's much better than the one we did last year, and we have a lot of different areas, including best food to eat and practices and exercise and so forth and so on. I would love, you can view it online at Michigan.com and click on the banner, or you can, if you text me your address, I can mail you one, because that's the only edition we print every year.
Okay, I'll do this after the program.
Sounds good. Let's start with breaking the fast. We've been fasting all day and if you talk to people today, some people have all kind of different ways of breaking the fast. What's the best ways to break the fast and then, bring back, nourish the body back into health?
Okay, sure. So fasting, as we know, is it's well known to it cleanses and detoxify the body. Also, it keeps the focus of our mental and spiritual aspect of ourselves. And there are a few things that we need to do in order for us to make sure that we are eating balanced food. And by balanced food, I mean that we need to make sure that we have the calcium, the protein, and the water. All these three important things because they mirror what human cells are made of. So we have to eat food that's good for our liver and kidney also because they are hurt a little bit during fasting. These foods are like cucumber, radish, beets, lemon, and also the protein that I'm talking about, we need it during breaking the fast and also at the suhoor in the morning before we go back to fasting. It's very important that we have the protein in every meal that we eat. And also, because also it will keep us full, actually. And we should not skip the vegetables. I know that after breaking the fast, we like to eat all kinds of food, but then we forget about vegetables. But vegetables are very important because they are very important. It has abundance of vitamins and minerals, and also it will make sure that we are going to have the bowel movement that we need, And these vegetables, I don't think that we always think about vegetables like the regular salad, tomatoes, cucumbers. Those are good, yes, but we really need the superfood vegetables and fruit. These superfood vegetables, they are like cauliflower, spinach, broccoli, avocado, blueberries, and so all of them they are full of nutrition, and also they have high level of much needed vitamins and minerals. They prevent diseases, and they are very important not only during fasting but also every day. You know, we have to have like 1 cup of superfood for sure in our meals. And we should also, during after we break the fast, we should avoid fried food. I know everybody likes fried food, and that's what they eat. But they cause upset stomach, and also they make us thirsty the second day. And so we have to make sure that if we are used to taking vitamins and supplements, that we should take them after we break the fast, after we eat this huge meal that we are eating. The other important thing, so I said eating balanced food, but also we have to make sure that we are hydrated in order for ourselves not to be dehydrated during fasting. So one of the ways that we should avoid dehydration is to avoid exertion ourselves during fasting. And also, because fasting it extends to more than usual hours of us eating, so the body needs water more than anything, continuous water. So that's why we really need to, they have to, after they break the fast, immediately they should drink enough water. And then when they go back to fasting, also they, just before going back to fasting in the morning, they should really drink plenty of water. But water is not enough. People need to consume fruits and vegetables that are full of water, like watermelon, cucumber, and of course some juices, but juices that does not have a lot of sugar or salt. Why? Because both salt and sugar will defeat the purpose of hydration, actually. They will cause the body to be dehydrated, and that's really not good. So,
is water the best thing to, like, for example, I break my fast, I drink a little bit of water, and I eat 1 or 2 pieces of dates.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to drinking water, is it recommended that I drink a bottle of water, or I drink a little bit of water at a time? Some people tell me it's not a really good idea to drink a lot of water immediately when you break fast.
Exactly. It's not like, you can't one full 16 ounce of water, which is a full glass, that's good. But also you should drink it slowly, because everything is in moderation. Our body is not designed to have huge things at one time, even if it is good for us. People can die because they drink a lot of water. They will have their kidneys will be detoxed, and also you cannot shock the body with that amount of water after breaking the fast. So when I say you drink water, it's not like some people they put it in. They just tilted their head and just drink away. No, drink like a bottle, even a bottle of water, but slowly. So so your body can process it very well. I just
now, when it comes to vitamins and is it better to take your vitamins after breaking the fast or during suhoor time?
I think it's after breaking the fast, except for the multivitamin or calcium, because they will keep you awake. But other things you need to take them after breaking, because then your body will process them. But if you take them in the morning before you go back to fasting, the problem is it's going to overload the kidneys and the liver, and then you would need more water later on. So that's why. That's why, you can take a few things, like some people, they have prescription things. You can take, for example, vitamin C or vitamin D, just a few of them in the morning. But if you have other things, it's recommended. And also you can take your calcium and multivitamin in the morning. But the rest of things, if you are taking anything else, then it's recommended that you take them during the meal, and also the futur meal. And also afterwards, because I think you should really divide your main meal after breaking the fast into 2 small meals, an hour apart, and this will not really overload your body, and also will not make you tired, because usually when you eat after being hungry that long, you'll be tired, so in order not to avoid that. And also, during the meals, it's better to avoid drinking during the meal itself, because this will interfere with digestion, as we know. This is very, very important. But there are 2 juices, if I may say, that they are really very good. It will keep us dehydrated the whole day, which is the tamarind juice, which we can make at home. It's very tasty, it quenches thirst, and also is delicious. It is full of antioxidants, very good for our digestive system too. And you can just put a little bit of paste. It's seedless paste that you can buy from any grocery store, and then you put it in like 3 tablespoons of this paste into a pitcher of water, and then chill it. And you can use
dates, you said?
Tamarind.
Tamarind. Okay.
Tamarind. It's a date.
This is different than jalab, right?
I really don't. I'm not sure what jalab is. I don't know. I don't think jalab is it. No.
Okay.
In Arabic, we call it tamar hind. That's what we call it.
Okay. Okay. Tamar hindi. Yes.
Yes. And the other juice is
what's the other one?
Yeah, the dried lemon, which is we call it numi basra. Dried lemon. It's very dark. And it's usually in the Middle Eastern the grocery stores.
Iranian, actually,
and we use it a lot in Iraq. Actually, it's very good for stomach.
How do you make a drink out of numi basra?
Okay, first of all, you have to crack it, the dried lemon, and then you have to take all the seeds, because then it's going to be bitter, and then you crush it. You can crush it even with your hand, and then boil it. In water, just like you are making tea. Boil it for 5 minutes, and then you can strain it or put it like it is in a pitcher of, like you are making tea, and then you put it in a pitcher and put it in the fridge, and then you can strain it and drink it. I like it when I drink it as the hot tea. Actually, I even eat this dried lemon after they are softened up, and I really like it. Like it a lot when I have the stomach. If people have diarrhea, this is a great drink for diarrhea, actually, and it settles the stomach and it quenches the thirst. So that's what I really wish.
Thank you so much, Bouthaina. This has been a lot of great information. I think we should bring you back for a longer segment, because this is really incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you being with us. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with Dr. Shamma.
كل سنة والجاليات العربية كلها بخير. معاكم شيف أحمد إبراهيم من سوبر ماركت زمزم المطعم. عندنا أكلات كتير عراقية ومصرية ولبنانية، زي جلابة وتشيكن طاووق وكباب ومسقعة، وأحيانا بنعمل الملوخية والكشري وفراخ مشوية، وكل اللي انتوا عايزينه موجود عندنا. تفضلوا زورونا في محلات زمزم. كل سنة والجالية العربية بخير ورمضان كريم.
The Rama Relief Foundation provides humanitarian aid into areas inside of war-torn Syria, as well as aid to the refugees who have fled to the neighboring countries in the Middle East. The foundation offers food baskets, container shipment, mental health, education, soup kitchens, and more. Go to ramarelief.org or call 248-990-4247. Any donation amount made to Rama will go to sustaining many lives. Call now 248-990-4247.
رمضان كريم وعيد مبارك. تساهم حملة كنور حلال وبالتعاون مع الهيئة الإسلامية للإغاثة إسلاميك ريليف في إطعام أكثر من 1000 شخص في هذا الشهر الفضيل من خلال زيارتكم لموقع www.knorramadan.com والنقر على الأعمال الصالحة التي قمتم بها. سنمنح معا الأمل للمحتاجين، كما يمكنكم مشاركة من تحبون ببطاقات معايدة إلكترونية ووصفات رمضان الشهية. شاركوا الخير الآن من خلال زيارة knorramadan.com لدعم حملة تبرعات كنور حلال.
Ziyad brand. Quality products from our family to yours. Ziyad Brothers Importing offers the finest quality products, including brands like Sultan, Kraft, Nestle, Hook, Rico Picon, Dana, and many more. Ask your retailer to carry these fine products because you deserve the very best. For more information, visit our website at www.ziyad.com. That's www.ziyad.com. Ziyad, quality products from our family to yours.
Our team at Life wanted to say thank you to all of our donors, supporters, and friends. With your help, we were able to provide food baskets and iftar meals to over 130,000 people across the world. This year, we want to continue our mission to feed more people across the globe during Ramadan. With your generous support, you can help make this mission a reality. Life for Relief and Development would like to wish you and your family a blessed Ramadan.
Ramadan Kareem to all our viewers and listeners in the Arab and Muslim world. I wish, in the name of myself, Dr. Fayek Nicholas Shamma, and IVF Michigan, a specialty in the treatment of infertility in men and women, a month full of happiness and joy, and may this month bring goodwill to everybody that is watching this video.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us. And now we're going to continue with, and I welcome Dr. Nicholas Shamma with us. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Ramadan
Thank you so much for being with us.
To all your listeners.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. And speaking of Ramadan, we wanted to ask you, how does fasting affect fertility or the attempt to to have a baby, or all of of that business?
Okay, as in terms of what fasting or even intermittent fasting, because Ramadan as a concept is intermittent fasting situation. It's not that you're fasting all year long or you're in a calorie restriction situation whereby you do not eat for a prolonged period of time. Studies have clearly shown that if you're in a starvation type of situation, whether it is self-induced because of people having anorexia, which is those young girls that sometimes stop eating and become, let's say, less than 100 pounds in terms of weight, or in cases where there's famine and starvation, like in East Africa and so on. In those periods of time, women tend not to have periods, and therefore their reproduction stops. So they do not have periods and they do not ovulate, because nature is and the heavens are kind. They do not want women that cannot feed themselves to make babies so that they can have issues with feeding their kids. So clearly prolonged starvation is not good in terms of female reproduction. So that's one thing. The question, though, is, does intermittent starvation help reproduction? There is actually some data in animals, not in humans. The data is mainly in mice and worms, actually, that shows that intermittent fasting and intermittent starvation for those animals prolongs the reproductive potential of those animals, whether it's mice or worms. And therefore, that could be beneficial. That has not been replicated, of course, in humans, but because there is no evidence that people that fast, let's say, during Ramadan, for many years, that the menopause is delayed in women who fast and menopause that in women that do not fast. To that end, that's a concern. And therefore, there are, on the other hand, some studies to show that it doesn't look like fasting during Ramadan significantly affects the reproductive potential of people going through in vitro fertilization. So with that being said, what we tell our patients is the following, especially women, and I'm going to get to men in a minute, especially women. Okay. We tell them that during the month of Ramadan, if you're doing a reproductive procedure, maybe it is recommended not to fast, but on the other hand, you can fast before, or you can fast certainly after you deliver and so on. And clearly fasting during pregnancy while you're pregnant is not advised. because of the hypoglycemia, and as a result of that, the hypoglycemia that affects the baby. So that is basically it in a nutshell for women. For men, it's even more controversial. Now, again, men who are starving, again, their sperm count and concentration and their ability to impregnate their wives is substantially affected negatively. However, intermittent fasting does not seem to have, like during Ramadan, does not seem to have any detrimental effects that are obvious for men while fasting. But again, the studies on this are very, very limited. I mean, the data on this is very small.
Does age play a factor, like younger people or, are less prone to be affected by the fast than older people?
Well, it's very interesting that you say that. Not really, actually. The older you are, the more difficult it is for you to fast because of chronic medical conditions that can develop with aging, especially diabetes. And to that end, that becomes a concern. But if you take as a general group, younger versus older, it doesn't really matter. Now, remember that most people that are trying to have babies and are in the younger reproductive age group, especially for women, rather than the older people trying to conceive, the 50-plus-year-old.
And now, in general, sperm count decreases for men as we get older. Is that correct?
No significant difference until probably till the age of 50. And then it dramatically decreases negatively, to some degree.
Yeah. I mean, over the years, I've noticed men in their 60s getting married and having children.
They can, but there are more issues. There are more issues, even genetic issues, as for older men. Now, for women that are older, there's no question. Now, maybe I should emphasize the fact that actually the month of Ramadan is actually a beautiful month in terms of creating a healthy habit for people. A lot of people stop smoking during the month of Ramadan. A lot of people eat better foods. And that is, assuming that when they actually have, for the suhoor and for the iftar, they don't have feast, they just have meals. So actually, the calorie composition of eating foods with what we call lower glycemic index is actually changes during fasting in a very positive way. So a lot of people feel healthier during Ramadan. They are less stressed during Ramadan, during the fast, and therefore that generally changes a lot of not just their physiology and their ability to have kids or not, but is their general health, their immunity, and all of that. So it's all positive. The data on reproduction is debatable, if any.
Some people refrain from having sex during Ramadan at night, that is. Is that a good thing not to have, sex during Ramadan for a month? Does that really help the reproductive system or really have no effect on it? They're just depriving themselves.
Clearly for women it has no effect. But for men, actually, prolonged lack of ejaculation can cause the concentration of the sperm to go up a bit, but then the motility dramatically decreases. That is, the percent of sperm that are moving dramatically decreases. So it's actually not recommended at all.
Okay. So it's better to continue the healthy way of a relationship even during Ramadan, which is allowed at night anyway.
No, exactly. So after the fast is broken, after the iftar, they should enjoy life as is.
Exactly. Is there, what's recommended for a healthy relationship? Is it 3 times a week, twice a week? What's the recommendation?
2 to 3 times a week is good. Yeah. Okay. That's the best optimal period. But that has nothing to do with Ramadan or not. That has to do with normal sexual behavior of humans. And therefore, that would be the best optimal way to achieve pregnancy is 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah.
Wonderful.
More than that, it becomes a concern.
Absolutely. Dr. Shamma, I really want to thank you for being with us and sharing this wonderful information. And, may God bless you and happy Ramadan to you. I know you don't observe it, but happy Ramadan to you.
And your family, and for all our listeners.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And I want to also thank all of our guests today, Chief Haddad, Bouthaina Taha, for all her great information. I want to thank you for listening and wish you a happy and safe Ramadan. And please remember, if you're looking for real estate, you're looking to sell and buy a home, give me a call, 313-819-0101. Again, it's 313-819-0101. I invite you to visit yamichigan.com. That's yamichigan.com, and read our Ramadan guide for this year. It's a wonderful guide full of information. Please go ahead and read it. We would love your feedback. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a safe holiday weekend. Bye now.